Anyways, to our final doctrine, the doctrine of free will. So do you guys know what free will is? Well, it depends on who's asking. Who you're asking. One person may say that free will is the ability to do anything you want. Or another person will say free will is the ability to choose. Now it's important. It's important because those two definitions have different implications. The first one saying that you can do anything you want. That will mean that people don't have free will. That means that people cannot do everything that they want. Only God can do that because God has the power to do so, right? If I Another example, the other definition, the second definition of free will being that I get to choose. Well, I for one, I can choose to turn off this microphone. I just realized you won't get that part, but yeah, I choose whether this mic stays on or not. Anyways, what can we get from the Bible about free will? Well, firstly, humankind as people, we don't have free will. I think I already have said this, but God do. God has. So the only choices the only free will that we have is to choose whether we want to be saved or not. It's been mentioned a lot in the Bible, like our choice, like our deliberate choice to follow Jesus. In the book of Revelations 22-17, where it is stated, in quote, "The Spirit and bride say, Come, and let the ones who hear say, Come, and let the one who is thirsty come, and let the one who desires take the water or life without price." Although yeah, it does sound complicated, it just means that come everyone, if you want to be saved, come to us. Or maybe Jesus' statement in the book of Mark, chapter 8, 34-35, where he had made it clear that salvation is a choice, where he had stated that it is a deliberate choice. Then he in quotes, then he called the crowd to him along with his disciple and said, "Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me and for the gospel will save it." Okay, so what can we infer from free will? From other people, like I said mentioned earlier. What do we know about God about free will? Firstly, there's this very big idea about, are we chosen to be saved? Did God choose us? Are we chosen personally? Are we predestined? Are we like before we were born? Are we chosen to go to heaven or hell? Are we chosen to want to be saved or not saved? And that thinking has been like very very big. It's been very big. In Ephesians 1:5, it said he predestined us for adoption to sonship through Jesus Christ in accordance with his pleasure and will. The rest of the Ephesians chapter 1, around that verse, it basically said that you have been chosen to be saved. You have chosen to choose to be saved. It's a bit weird to say. So does that mean that it is fated for us to become with Christ and forgiven? It's like chosen. It's fated. The issue, there is no issue with translation as like with lots of other Bible verses. Predestined does mean predestined. That means like you are destined to do this. But doesn't John 3:16 state that all who believes in him is to be saved? Right? Does that mean that God chooses the all who believes part? This implies that there is a lack of choice. A possible explanation is that Ephesians was written by Paul, who believes that he was chosen by Jesus to serve, right? So that the predestined to be the so that the predestined to sonship just means that you are chosen to work, like do God's bidding. Like if you still don't get free will, just think about it like this. Imagine a buffet. The owner, who is also your father, also allows you to take food from the buffet free of charge, but at his expense. He has to pay for it. In the end, he gets to choose what is served in the buffet. He gets to choose what's cooked, right? Because he's a chef. He's the owner of the buffet. Anyways, he gave you like what to eat specifically. He asked you to eat like lots of vegetables, as you should. eat a lot of carrots, broccolis, Flintstone gummies, 3 of them each day. However, despite that, you take like fried chicken, like a lot of them. You take 2 liters of Coca Cola. That's a big no no. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's very not healthy, right? And then one day you just realize, and then your father still lets you do it because he wants you happy. He loves seeing you happy, but like he doesn't really like you doing that. Anyways, you notice, you realize, oh, this is not good for my health, and then you start eating healthy, as your father have suggested, and then he's happy because you take action out of your own volition, and you choose to do what he thinks is right for you and is right for you out of your own volition.